a police officer has perished with his wife and child when fire swept through the apartment at a police barracks at Apromasi in the Ejusu municipality of Ashanti region. Sergeant Owusu Asante Befi of the anti-robbery unit of the Ashanti Regional Police Command, together with his wife Yaechia and their 3-month-old baby, burnt to death in Sunday night disaster. It is unclear what caused the fire, but personnel of the Ghana Fire Service were at the scene to douse the flame as they begin investigations. Love News have gathered the bodies were conveyed to the morgue by the police. This is the third major fire incident in the region in the past 3 days. Nanayao Jima is following up on the story and joins us live with more. Nanayao, describe to us what you have observed on your arrival.
Samuel, it's very difficult hearing here, but I guess you are asking me about the situation on the ground. Now, behind me is the police barracks here at Apromasi. It has 3 separate story buildings, each of them housing these police officers. Now, the one in the middle, behind me, the one in the middle, the whole of the top floor is where the incident happened. The fire gutted the whole of the floor. Every apartment within the floor was destroyed by the fire. Now, the first one from your left, the information that I've gathered so far is where the policeman who has lost his life and the wife, as well as the 4-month-old, lived. So the information I have is that the fire, it's unclear where the fire started, but the information I have is that that room was the one which was badly affected by the fire. Now, within the building is the whole of the police service. That's the top officials in the region. The people who matter are all in the building trying to do their own assessment. The fire service also walked in not long ago with a crack team. Information that I've gathered so far is that very soon they're expecting the IGP here at the facility to assess the situation and also give his men here some words of encouragement. So I can see the fire service and the police service, a joint team going through the building. Some of the men going into the building itself to commence the investigations. So NADMO, the fire service and also the police service are all here trying to do their own assessment. But briefly, I would want to speak to an eyewitness, that the assembly member for the area, Mr. Akumia, Ernest Akumia, to give me an eyewitness account of what he saw here late last night. Honorable, me watching but join you so. Person who painted picture kakama me. Enra, edena isi. Oso ya humachi na oba han. Edena no.
Okay, medas minya. Enra numende si around 11 p.m. anumre no. Nne nyankra se eja ato police quarters ya. Enti no timemu force ata no mo na ye de bebre ba so mo do ma ho de e ba beboa. The fire service wo just so e mo ba ye. Ombedru ye unfortunately no so omuni akade a wo so obetimi de aboa ma ye dum gya no. Enu nti no omo so ye de ombetimi bia no omo ka na nti omo frɛ another car e ma ne baaye enu frika second car de free oforo krom constituency e ne baaye enu baaye say de begya ne baaye na aye ama through that no ya hwere police ni baako ene ne yere na akola wadi 4 months.
So basically what he is saying is that yesterday they had information that fire has started here at the police barracks. So he came here with some residents and they tried to douse the flame, but unfortunately they couldn't. So they had to call in the fire service. Now some men from the fire service came in from Ejusu, but they did not have the necessary equipment to douse the flame. As you see, it's a story building, 2-story building. So unless it's a tender that has a ladder, it will be very difficult for the service to reach the fire. So according to him, they were unable to reach the fire. They had to call in another tender. Successfully, when that tender came in, they were able to douse the flame, but it was too late for the couple and their 4-month-old. Now, Honorable, many information me say time now munyamo buy na morashi no, and na munyamo try some meet me a boy right them when na bema no so na mutimi te say ono so pre send a picture in city.
It is on say fire nyina fire eba smoke so can and smoke so come be na mo why so disturb nti na be ma no force nka obebie epuno no ti won na bo mu se nipa won nti yen se force se be ye bia se ye be ye afa na ja no na ano odene na yen so ntimi nyina nti ma nipa be 7 na nka ye be se ye ko ho no ye nyina sa akra no bebiri kra no manfa main entrance na ye ebi kra e jump from we no na e ba for me.
So according to him, a number of the people within the building, also those who had come out from their homes, tried getting access to the room of Mr. Beff, but unfortunately, they couldn't because of the smoke that was emanating from the room was too strong for them to stand. So all efforts that they made here couldn't yield enough results. So that is how Mr. Beff died. Now, information reaching me is that even at that time, there were a number of policemen who had come in, that's men from on patrols, had come in to help rescue, but all that effort couldn't yield any positive results. Now, as you can see, there are a number of security personnel in here, people from the NADMO. There is also a team from the Ghana National Fire Service, and I've been able to identify the head of the service here in the Ashanti region. Also, there is the regional police commander, Mr. Ngiza, also on the ground, and they are all here to assess the situation ahead of the coming of the Inspector General of Police, who I learn should be here any moment from now.
For other injuries, what are the degrees? How are the injuries looking like for the other people who are also on that floor?
So far, from my own investigation on the ground, we've not been able to identify anybody who was injured through the process. But the information I have is that the other rooms, the people within the rooms could hear of the fire early enough to be able to leave their rooms before the fire could spread to their various rooms. The information we have is now there are 3 people who have died. That is Mr. Befi, who was a police officer, a sergeant for that matter, and he was also a member of the police anti-robbery team, together with his wife and 4-month-old baby.
Interesting. Okay, so kindly fill us in when the IGP comes and any other development that comes in the course of the day. So that's my colleague there joining us from Kumasi, Nanaya Ojima, there to tell us, give us an update on that incident at Apromasi in the Ashanti region.